Welcome to Driftwood and Shine Life Talks. I'm Debbie. Today, look, I want you to tell me who you think is the bravest, strongest, smartest man in the room. Pull up a chair and let's talk about it. I know a lot of times there's men and women that boast and they just have so much to say and they just, the life of the party, they're the, they just want to show their strength by being bold and forthcoming and out there and just, all the things, I can't wait till Ben gets here at this party. It's going to be so good. And he'll keep things going. He's such a cool man and he's so good and blah, 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 right? I mean, you always have that one that just talks to be heard, talks to hear himself talk. That's more like it. He talks to hear himself talk. He's boast of his strength and he boasts of his wisdom and he boasts of his accomplishments in life, right? He just is so loud and proud. Loud and proud. The team captain. But when it comes right down to it, sometimes people feel the need because of a confidence that they lack or because of something that's missing in their life. They feel the need to just be the it person, to be seen and heard, and it makes them feel big and important and just makes them feel 10 foot tall and bulletproof. You've heard that saying, 10 foot tall and bulletproof. And sometimes that person that's in the room that's the loudest is that just wanting others to agree with them, wanting others to make them feel as important as they want to feel. But I'm going to tell you, the most important, the most needed to be heard, the most man with the most wisdom, woman with the most wisdom, is often the quietest man in the room. Is often the quietest man in the room. Because like I misspoke earlier, they speak to be heard when they do have something to say. But they have enough wisdom in them to know that you don't have to be shining your own light all the time for your light to shine. You just have to be a person of integrity, a person of backbone, a person of wisdom. I'm going to read to you a verse in the Bible, a couple verses. Proverbs 17, in verse 27 and 28. He that hath knowledge spareth his words, and a man of understanding is of an excellent spirit. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. And he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. Guys, we don't have to go about tooting our own horn. When you're around someone and they're just always having to let you know what all they've accomplished in life and what they've done, or you're at a party and man, you can pure hear Johnny from the other side of the room just talking loud because he feels he's so important, right? He just has so much to say and everybody should be really interested in what Johnny has to say. And then there's Larry over there sitting on the couch, minding his own business, just sitting, talking to a few of his friends, but you really can't hear what he's got to say or anything. Because Larry is that man of understanding. He's that man of growth. He's that man of wisdom. He's what the Bible's talking about. He's the one that when he does have something to say, you're going to want to listen. because it's going to be important and it's going to mean something. So today, I'm just saying, guys, the most important person in the room is not always the loudest. Not always the most boastful. Not always the one that talks to be seen, talks to hear himself talk. The most important man in the room most of the time, man or woman, I'm not pointing this to men, man or woman, but the most important man or woman in the room is the one that doesn't have a whole lot to say. They tend to kind of watch the room, and they're just quiet, and they speak to who they need to speak to, but they don't boast of their accomplishments. They don't try to make sure that person knows how important they are, right? They just are themselves, and they've lived that life, and you've gotten to know them, or you will get to know them through the integrity that they show just by who they are and how they handle themselves, how they behave. So the next time you're at a party or the next time you're at a gathering, don't always look to the person that's the loudest. Watch those people that are just kind of taking it all in, and they speak to be heard. Okay? Love you guys. If you like our content, please give us a thumbs up and click the subscribe button and click the bell to be notified of all. When you click subscribe, then it'll come up with a few little things, but there'll be a bell up there that'll have all out beside it. Click that one if you want to hear and see everything that we add. But today, just remember, the most important person in the room is not always the loudest. Very seldom is he the loudest. Okay? Love you guys.